and welcome back! It's time for Baroque Works to face Straw Hats, the top officers of Baroque Works, the every agent is facing every Straw Hat. This is the stage up episode, and then the second episode will proceed directly to the fights. One of the agents, Mr. 4 and his supporter, gonna fight two members of the Straw Hat. Luffy and Crocodile surprisingly nowhere to be found during two episodes, but doesn't matter, we still getting a fight. This is the fighting episode, and after that we're gonna have power levels justifying Mr. 4's strength. Have a look. Episode 113, let's go! Sanji is under attack. He's getting involved into the war. I'm on the side of the ladies, hell yeah. What's the situation here? So he's dealing with Mr. 4. Okay. Wow, he's literally attacking her. Yeah, she's running away. That's the only way. She couldn't do anything with the banana gator. So what she can do with Mr. 2? Come on. No chance. What is this? This guy is so weird that it's unbelievable. I mean, I'm laughing, but what's happened to Luffy? Oh yeah, why not? Let's be worried about Karoo now. That's the most important. Perfect. It couldn't be a better thing than just worrying about Karoo that he cannot handle running. Holy moly, he can climb like that. But he almost made to the top. Oh, he's gonna fly now? No way we're getting now a story of a duck. This anime, where is it going? We're getting a story about the duck. Holy moly! Let's go duck! That's ridiculous. That's so I don't know what's more ridiculous at this point. The duck or Mr. 2? Now he's running. Ah, Mr. 2 is here. Wow, the story of the Karoo. Unexpected indeed in a situation when Luffy is on the verge of death. We're getting a story of the Karoo. Yeah, something refreshing, right? Karoo can handle. No, he cannot. How old is that duck? How long duck lives? When she was young, the duck was there. Now she's an adult, the duck is here. How old duck can live? Who's that? Different colors. And there was two of them. Brothers, yeah? So we're having a Mr. Prince here. Oh, Mr. 2 versus Sanji, ladies and gents. Finally, the story of Karoo having an end. Let's see what Mr. 2 is capable of. We know how much Sanji can do. I do think Mr. 2 is on the disadvantage, actually. For some reason, I'm not feeling that this guy is that strong. The guide to killing. Eliminate the weaker target first. And Zoro just stunned and do nothing. What's that? Supper. Okay? Where he is. Mole woman. That's like a cannonball. So weird. Pet gun, lasso, the dog gun. Dog gun. Weird. Time bomb. That's heavy. A gun ate a devil fruit. How this is even possible? Technique in a grand line that things can be able to eat devil fruits. Interesting. A penguin! Stop overconfident, I see. Don't forget this is a Mr. 4. Technically stronger than Mr. 3. Definitely stronger than Mr. 5. And Mr. 5 you fought with and you got some damage there. That's it. Pace slowed down a lot. I couldn't see any kind of Luffy what's happening to him at all. We got Sanji versus Mr. 2, which is I think Sanji is heavily favorized. For some reason this Mr. 2 is not giving me vibes that he is like a strong opponent. Mr. 4 on the other hand for Usopp is way too much. There is also a Chopper who is as strong as Sanji temporarily, so they together could pull something off. Mr. 1 completely ignored Zoro, went after Nami. So surprised Zoro doesn't do anything. Duck! Who would expect a Duck story here? Completely, I would say even irrelevant character. It's just like a postman to serve them. Okay, the whole supersonic Ducks is also kind of weird. Wow, what a team we got it here. Don't forget to give me a like, subscribe, and we will proceed to the next episode. Episode 114, ladies and gents. So we're having Chopper and Usopp against the Mr. 4. Whoa, he was so amazed of his attack or what? They split. Chopper have really good idea. Yeah, where's what? He ran away? Interesting. Usopp actually doing some damage to Mr. 4, ladies and gents. 5 ton? How? Whoa! It's impossible that I got 5 ton. Yeah, he's just playing big. It's something else. It must be something else. Fake. Of course it was fake. I wonder how much fake. It was just a written 5 ton fake. Somebody's mad. Yeah, Usopp actually action was pretty convincing, especially when the Mr. 4 was pretending to be knocked out. She hit him, okay. Oh wow, nowhere to hide. So he's using the rumble ball. So now he is strong as Sanji. Let's see. He's far. Brain point right now. I don't know why. I normally don't mind her. She's a nice person, without a doubt, that's for sure. The problem what I'm having really is the screen time, how much the wariness overflowing through the episode. Because if that would be in her mind, that would be like mentioned, fine, perfect, completely no problem. But if all of those flashbacks just popping out all the time and what she can think, blah blah blah, that's really annoying. This fight looking very bad. Usopp is not down, so the woman is not that hard to deal with. The problem is those... Oh my days, he was using Rumble Ball and he just got knocked out? No. You just nullified your defenses and you still handle all of those attacks. Okay, but yeah, it is like a canon, really. It's not like a super big deal. What you gonna do now? Eh? Yeah, you just nullify your defenses. Chopper, it's no time to worry, he can handle himself. The faster you deal with Mr. 4, the better it's gonna be. Yeah, especially when Rumble Ball runs only for 3 minutes. What you doing? Okay, they destroyed the whole tunnels. Okay. Used the rumble ball for that, to be honest, so not so sure. Clearly did do some damage. The explosion was underground, was bigger than the explosion when was loads of balls around Chopper. Okay, how much damage that dealt? Look, that looks like Mr. 4, sorry. Usopp mental cracks. Yeah. Yes! Accordingly to Crocodile's knowledge, Luffy would be dead, but we know he got saved. That's it! The revelation to the crew to just destroyed even more morale, even though they are pretty certain that happened, that the Luffy is dead. Luffy is somewhere backstage, same as Crocodile. Mr. 1 wasn't shown really, so we know Sanji fighting Mr. 2 and all of that happening Mr. 4 against Chopper and Usopp. Okay, there's also that mole woman or penguin woman, as you will. And yeah, if we're gonna see that fight was pretty tense. I can say it's still tense. Usopp cracks completely by his mind. When he's cracked, he's getting told that Luffy is dead. Yeah, he got surprised. Yeah, it's all about fights right now, so the power levels should be overflown with the characters, but surprisingly, the fights are taking actually some time. Power levels. Welcome to Power Level section. So in this section we're gonna have two characters, Miss Merry Christmas, the mole girl who looks like a penguin, and the Mr. 4 who's apparently and confirmed by Crocodile stronger than Mr. 3. But before that, we need to bring ourselves all the rules what we justifying for, which is first of all, is the winning by one punch. If the character can fight with a one punch, we justify he's twice stronger. The second rule is winning without fighting seriously. It don't has to happen with one punch. It just win, but if the character really playing around, that means he's 10 times stronger. And the third rule is basically applying both previous rules, which is not fighting seriously and winning with one punch, which gives him 20 times stronger. So let's go back to video now. Starting off from Miss Merry Christmas, who fought actually mainly Usopp, but at the beginning Chopper. So this is basically 2v2 where Mr. 4 and Miss Merry Christmas is against Chopper and Usopp. Miss Merry Christmas, minimum strength. How we gonna approach it? 1v1 with Usopp. When Usopp was having his peak, was having his hammer, 5-ton hammer, which turns out being only 2 kilos, by the way. He took out Mr. 4 temporarily. I don't know why Mr. 4 behaving like that, but thanks to that, we got Usopp versus Miss Merry Christmas. Usopp, realizing he have some chances with them, he was trying to hammer Miss Merry Christmas. But he couldn't even succeed even once, and he was trying, and again. He was definitely fighting seriously there, just because Miss Merry Christmas was easily avoiding the attacks. I will estimate here that Usopp cannot beat Miss Merry Christmas with one attack, and it's clearly true because he didn't succeed. He was even using multiple attacks and he hadn't achieved anything. Based off that, we can apply a rule here, which is winning by 1 punch. We know Usopp's strength. That means Miss Merry Christmas is at least twice weaker than Usopp or more. That she's not lower than that, and this is what we want. This is what we estimate, because we're looking for minimum strength, and looks like half of the Usoppos will be her minimum strength. And we know strength of the Usoppos justified long time ago. It's 55 average, so the minimum strength for Miss Merry Christmas would be 28 plus. In case of maximum strength, I normally was following here a pattern that I was putting maximum strength of the supporter character, main agent average strength. So main agent average strength was going to maximum strength of the supporter character. But here is the thing, that at this point in time, I'm doubtful I can do such a thing, because look at the range will be between 28 and at least 204, which means it's going to be higher, so the range will be very, very wide, because 204 is already classified as second-rate character and 28 is below the middle of the third-rate character, so the spread of the range will be humongous, and we know every single digit in this case matters, because the positions there are very, very tight. So let's try to make something better. Let's try to be more accurate. So maximum strength of Miss Merry Christmas. Miss Merry Christmas reciprocate. She started to attacking Usopp. She grabbed him by his leg. She was pulling him on top of the ground, and then she went through and smacked the wall. Eventually, I'm thinking she smacked the wall as well, the underground wall, but Usopp got the same damage. And this, I would say, is attack like a one punch from Miss Merry Christmas. Before even that happened, before Usopp running into the ruins, she actually get the banana punch and Usopp get up. So basically what I'm implying here is that Usopp survived the single hit of Miss Merry Christmas, and this is the most accurate, and also he survived I think at least 2 hits when going through the wall. And some of you may say, oh, because Usopp's endurance is extremely high, extremely strong. Yes, because he's getting up all the time, and this is like the main character, he like has to win, so he will be always getting up, doesn't matter what. So guess what? Usopp before that was fighting Mr. 2, right? And he simply gave up. He actually got beaten there. So Mr. 2 would be twice stronger than Usopp at this point, right? Sometimes the storytelling will help the main characters, obviously, but that's why I'm trying to be strict here and try to leverage, justify the damage taken. And in this case, I'm actually very convinced that Miss Merry Christmas didn't succeed by hitting Usopp with one punch, so she is twice stronger than Usopp. The maximum strength of Miss Merry Christmas is gonna be 2 times 55 Usopp, it's gonna be 110, and the average strength 69. Case closed. Next is Mr. 4 Babe. Minimum strength we already know, it's 200 for it. Do that change? I don't think so. I didn't saw anything better, anything higher than 204 for Mr. 4 strength, maximum strength. So in this case, I will go to the position that he was actually attacking Chopper in this case with those cannonballs, because that was mainly his attacks, because the cannonball was shooting, but then he was bouncing back those cannonballs into his victims. So it's no longer the strength of the dog, because the dog is just the explosive, but he changed the trajectory, he changed maybe the strength, probably not, but he definitely changed the accuracy, which is very important. Why it's important? Because looks at Mr. 5 supporter girl when she was using that kilo devil fruit when she was attacking Zoro, she missed. I completely disregarded her maximum strength, because this devil fruit is so powerful. Actually, it can increase your strength heavily in this kind of attack, yeah, but because of the extremely low accuracy that Zoro didn't have to do anything to defend, I'm not treating that as a true strength of the character, because if I would, if she will go overboard, she might be even stronger than Luffy, to be honest. But again, accuracy. So going back to Mr. 4, accuracy is important, and he increases the accuracy tremendously, and he's speeding up also the ball, so probably the impact will be stronger. give him a spin if you need it. And yeah, him and Chopper. He was attacking Chopper, and Chopper was actually defending that pretty easily by simply dodging it. Mr. 4 cannot beat Chopper with one punch, and this is correct, yes, but average strength of Chopper when he was dodging it is 504. That means the maximum strength would be 1008, and that's again 1008. It's like top tier if the first rate characters, right? And 204 is still in okay, it's minimum, but it's still for now in the second rate characters, the Grand Line Monster level. You know what I'm talking about. So how we can improve that maximum strength? So there was one situation actually also within the fight between Mr. 4 and Chopper, when Chopper took the Rumble Ball because he decided that he cannot do much at current state, and they just getting chased, getting the cannonballs on them, they getting weaker. So what he did, he took the Rumble Ball and he started looking for the weaknesses. Obviously, we're not looking about the attack from Chopper into him, but what he mentioned there, that when he went into the brain point, he said he relinquishes all the defensive at this point just to find his opponent weaknesses. And then at this very moment there was an avalanche from the cannonballs. I would say the strongest attack of Mr. 4, because that was an avalanche of cannonballs, and Chopper was no defensive. So by what I mean by no defensive, I would say Chopper at minimum strength. And this avalanche, yes, did hurt Chopper, but he do not take him out. And this means that Mr. 4 cannot take Chopper at his minimum strength with one punch. He can still win it. I'm not saying it's no. I'm just saying that he cannot win with one punch. I'm applying here the first rule again, but this time not on average strength of Chopper. I'm gonna apply that on minimum strength of Chopper, which gives the maximum strength. Instead of 1008, I'm gonna give him 672. Unfortunately, I know that 204 is still second rate and 672 it's first rate, but it's no longer the top tier at the very least. So obviously, hopefully in the next episode, because Mr. 4 still fighting, we're gonna find something extra to that, because the range is still quite wide, but for now we have to stick with that because we do not have anything else. Therefore, maximum strength of Mr. 4 is gonna be 672, and that gives an average strength of 438. And guess what? 438 is not first rate character, it's still a second rate, but we're gonna see that when I'm gonna rank the characters, which gonna be in a very moment. Case closed. Let's check how those characters stand to the characters with similar strength and who they are. So let's start with the bottom this time. Miss Merry Christmas is taking position of 47. It is very low. In regards, we have already 80 characters, which means she's below half. She's in the second half characters. Sadly, obviously, it is a third-rate character. Obviously, she not gain any kind of titles. No, nothing. She's just a supporter character, which is perfect suit for this kind of characters. And yet, she is stronger, obviously, with Usopp, because she was fighting with Usopp. Looks like she's stronger, and that's very telling and accurate at the same time, because Usopp had enough of that fight. He was having his peak didn't work, didn't accomplish anything. Then Chopper make this tremendous attack, which you found their weaknesses, the very big explosion what he make. They came out, I cannot say unscathed, pretty good shape, not that well, but they could still continue to fight, and Usopp cracks. His mind cracks, he completely give up everything. She's also, and that's also very, very telling, she is stronger only by 6 points. That means it's gonna be like 10% stronger, slightly more, maybe 11, in comparison to the strongest warrior of Alabasta. And we are in Alabasta, we fighting for Alabasta. The strongest warrior is weaker than the mere supporter of Mr. 4 when we have Mr. Okay, Mr. 3 doesn't count, Mr. 2 and Mr. 1. And Mr. 0 on top. And the strongest warrior barely can handle Mr. 4 supporter. In fact, he even losing to Mr. 5. Wow. She's weaker to one of the strongest character on the East Blue, the Captain Morgan, who was handling the whole island. The only one character who might, the two characters actually, who might be stronger on East Blue than Captain Morgan, and they are Marines, is Vice Admiral Garp and Smoker. That's it of Miss Merry Christmas. Let's go to Mr. 4 character, who is in the second-rate characters, and he is on the pinnacle of the second-rate characters, slightly below, so awarding him with a title of faster than a bullet. So he is not faster than a bullet, but he is a Grand Line monster level. He is the strongest Grand Line monster out of all our characters who acquire that title. He is stronger than Chess Marimo from Drum Island. He is stronger than Buggy the Loser. He is stronger than any kind of dinosaurs in a Little Garden. He is stronger than Vice Captain Hachi from the Arlong Pirates. So he have wide, tremendous strength. Position number 20. Alright, that will be it for today's episode. I hope you guys enjoyed, and see you in the next one when we have even more characters. See you next episode.